professional.
Happy Tuesday.
Is this a repeat? It's a repeat.
Woo-hoo.
You're watching the same live stream as last night. What are you doing? It's a repeat. Why are you watching? Good evening. A special Tuesday night. Tuesday night twofer. For the page here. Hello, Nancy. How are you? John Muchacha. How are you? Susan, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we decided to pop on and do another one of these. So tomorrow night we are considering going to the Creeper Gallery. So it'll be 3 in a row, if you can believe that. You don't have to go if you don't want to.
That's good to know.
I
have a choice.
You do not have to go if you do not want to. That is on you. So, Veronica, how are you? Good evening.
John McGinnis.
Terry, good to see you. Good to see everyone on this cold Tuesday in Jersey. There's going to be snow in parts of New Jersey, which is bizarre.
Not this part.
It's that time of the year.
I won't allow it.
Doing a redo. Yes, it is a redo in a way. Nancy, how are you? Susan, Kay. So we wanted to come on tonight and just get back to Christopher. How are you? Get back to basics and just talking. Hey, Lucy, Karen, just talking about the paranormal and doing some old stuff that we used to do on here back in the good old pandemic days. Remember those? How much fun they were? So we decided to come back on.
That's a trick question.
And just chat about the paranormal. If anybody has any questions, we'll look at them and we'll answer them. Questions about us, we will look at them and we will answer them. Hello, April, my friend. How are you?
Hey.
April, it feels like I haven't talked to you in all of 3 minutes or so. How you been?
Yeah,
a very long time. April and I were just going back and forth. Hello, Karen. How are you? So again, any questions for us? We're going to be talking about different paranormal things. I'm actually going back to the old question of the day that Chris and I used to do together to go back and forth, where we actually answer the question of the day, stuff that I still post, not as much. Been really busy dealing with a lot of stuff. My birthday this year actually extended into 3 or 4 days. It was Johnapalooza for the first time ever. Usually my daughter has like a 4-day birthday. Chris had a 2 or 3 day kind of birthday thing going on. We had that for not Pam and Steve, Bob and Gina's. There was a cake and gifts. So don't look at me like that.
I didn't say that.
Don't look at me like I made it up. But anyway, we decided to get back to the old stuff. And no, I did not color today. I have to hide them. I hid them from Chris. I did a little cleaning today and I hid them somewhere so that I know that no one else could color the Zach picture. But
I know where they are. Yes, I do.
Anyway, John's birthday month. That's actually a good idea, by the way.
A birthday month?
Yes.
No.
At least a week. I think we need a week.
How about just a birthday hour?
My birthday. I'm sure there's people out there that would like that. Anyway, so we're going to get into the question of the day. And if you guys want to chime in with your answer, you can. But we're going to go through a bunch of these and we're going to kind of answer back and forth. And like I said, if you guys have any questions for us or things you want to ask about upcoming events or live streams, we did book the first new live stream for probably, I'm sure, will be the coldest day of the year. Tentatively, that's a mouthful. That and centenary. January 28th, it will be our first time ever investigating the Peachfield building in, I believe it's Mount Holly. I don't know if that's the same town. Maybe it's a town over. I don't know. But January 28th is where we first have our first investigation in that place, and we'll be doing it live on this thing here with you guys here.
I'm looking forward to that.
And we're going to set up this centenary.
Mm-hmm.
Centenary College will probably come before that. So that'll probably, if I had to guess, January 14th-ish will be this Centenary College live investigation. Will probably be in there too. I want
Things to look forward to.
I want to get at least 2 live investigations going. So that'll be really cool. 2 new places. We don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. So it should be cool to watch whatever happens. Anyway, so we're going to start with this question of the day stuff. And we're going to let you guys see what is the Creeper Gallery will probably be tomorrow. Don't know if Chris will be there. I don't know who's going to be there. I know this guy will be there. And if I need to, John Bob will be joining me. John Bob is right over there watching.
And you said you were going to get a puppet to bring
From the corner. I wanted a puppet. I thought we go into New York Christmas time. And what's it called? Bryant Park?
Yep, Bryant Park.
Bryant Park. They used to, I don't know if they have it anymore, but they used to have a stand. They have all these stands around an ice skating rink. And they had one guy who sold puppets.
It was pretty cool.
Real cool puppets. And I wanted to get a puppet 2 years ago, but I didn't. Even though everything in me told me to buy the puppet, I didn't buy the puppet. I'm like, what am I going to do with the puppet? But now,
it could have been his company on these
and I could go to
investigations.
the Creeper Gallery and
Could have
really
done the lives with
get some
him.
stuff done.
You know,
The puppet wouldn't interrupt.
he would replace Timmy,
It wouldn't disagree, wouldn't interrupt, and be right on in there with me.
and it wouldn't,
asking
and it wouldn't,
relevant questions.
and it would literally only have
Relevant.
your opinion, your viewpoint, and it just would not do.
And what's wrong with this?
Because you have to have a full
I don't see anything wrong with
and
that at all.
difference of opinion.
Hello, Murray. How are you? What is a read? I have cannabis.
Cannolis, LOL.
Okay.
That's because Rhonda was going back and forth with me about
Donna
moving
should
into
make
the
me a
country.
puppet. Thank you. You're right. Whoever
Donna
you
should
are.
make a. That's
Facebook-
Shannon.
Facebook
Sharon.
alias
That's
user.
Sharon.
Is it Sharon?
Yeah, that's Sharon. It comes up as Facebook user,
Why?
but it's Sharon.
That's weird. How do you know that?
Because I've seen it on my phone before. It's Sharon.
Oh, Sharon, I didn't know. Why did
Yeah.
it come up that way on our feed?
I don't know why. But
That is
if
a
I
great
look on my
idea.
phone alone,
Donna
it
should
comes
make
up.
me a puppet for Christmas. Donna, make it so.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda, how are you? It is her. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sharon, you don't come up that way. Deb says they still have Winter Village. See? Yes,
See?
they do.
Yes.
Winter Village. It's awesome. I can't wait. This year we're going in mid-December. Anyway, question number 1 to show you guys how like-minded we are
Not.
and how in sync we are. And you yourself could judge who's right or wrong because we don't really need that, but you could judge if you want to. New Jersey Expo.
It's not
yes.
right or wrong. It's different.
Yeah, Power Unity Expo is November 4th and 5th, 2023. We have the new poster on the page, on the Power Unity page, on New Jersey Paranormal page. And, we're not quite done yet either. There may be a few, not big splashes, but other names added as we go here, along with new exhibit rooms. So the links will be available very, very soon. I have them. I just need to put them up on the website. So look for admission tickets and all that fun stuff. Hello from Wisconsin. I
Hey,
complain
Doug.
about the cold here. I could just imagine, Doug, in
Mm.
Wisconsin, what that cold feels like. Oofa. Anyway, question number 1. This is a visual. There's 2 different buildings. Building A, Building B. Not that that matters. But hello, John. How are you? Building A has a friendly spirit with moderate activity. Building B has a negative spirit with dark spirit. Has a negative or dark spirit with extreme activity. Which one would you investigate?
Okay.
I almost fell off the couch. I was shocked. I was shocked.
No brainer.
I was shocked. Me. That rhymes. Me, for sure. The friendly
you.
spirit with moderate activity sounds ho-hum boring to me because it's just stuff that I've experienced before. So going into that building
No
would
two
be like,
spirits are alike, sir.
oh, well, might be some cool things. You might get some cool EVPs and stuff like that. But building B, the dark or the negative one with extreme,
Yes, because you have problems.
extreme. By extreme, I'm talking about
Because you have problems.
extreme. I'm talking about things moving, you know, actual voices, you know, maybe a scratch or two,
No,
you know,
you
push or
said
two.
dark. You said
Or
dark
extreme.
spirit.
Extreme.
Yeah, no. Hey, Mary Jane.
Again, this is why we have to leave you out of some things when we do some
I'm
stuff.
good with
because, like a firefighter, it doesn't matter if it's a chemical fire, if it's a, you know, wood fire in the woods. It doesn't. Firemen go in to the fire, no matter what kind. They don't ask for a friendly fire or a small fire. Friendly firemen, firemen go in extreme.
But they can
blazing
see
hot.
that.
No, they can't.
They know what it is. It's a fire.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you,
You can't pick and choose.
No.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
No. Yeah, Brenda did hide behind me at an event.
So here's one that's pretty interesting. I'm curious in her take on this one. Again,
Okay.
this was one I thought was really, really funny. And okay. This is again one that's out there. That picture with a bunch of spiders on a bridge.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Anything to do with spiders? Hell no.
Well, no, you didn't hear the question yet. The question is, you have to walk through this
No.
to save your friend's life. What would you do?
I'd have to walk through it.
That's what I'm saying.
But with a flame torch.
No, you have to walk through it. Doesn't
Yeah,
say
doesn't say that I can't bring a flame torch.
You aren't going to have a flame
I'm going to bring a flame torch.
It would depend on the friend. That is the honest, truthful answer. There are friends that I would consider doing it for, but
Everybody'd say, nope, they're on their phone. Listen, flame torch. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying just you walking through. That's what we're talking about. You can't drive it.
Let me tell you, you had better be a really good friend to me or someone that I really adore.
That's what I'm saying.
It
would depend on the
because
friend.
I am horribly terrified of spiders. If anybody knows what a banana spider is, it's in the tarantula family. It's literally yellow and black, and they're huge like a tarantula, but they're very thin. And I got bit by one when I was younger. My hand like went, and I've always been since then horrified and terrified of spiders. Yeah, no, you'd have to be one heck of a friend.
Yeah, it would depend on the friend.
And I still need a blowtorch.
There are friends, not a spider. There's literally spiders everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like Indiana Jones type of thing. Been bit by many spiders. I'd save my friend. See, Terry's brave. Not like you. You like to pick and choose your friends and spiders.
You do it?
It depends on the friend. If it was a good friend, if it was just a casual friend, then I'd be like, no way. No.
Really?
Casual friend I'm talking about.
I'm really,
Just
but
someone I
do you
see
have a
once in a
fear of
while.
spiders of any kind?
Big hairy spiders. Yeah, I don't like big hairy. So little ones I don't like.
Okay,
I don't like them because Donna, if you go to the Creeper Gallery, there's spiders up above on the outside door.
Yeah.
And if I sit out there too long, I get heaved and jeebed out that they're coming down, and I feel like something's always crawling on me out there. So I don't like it.
It's not just the spiders in that picture; it's also the spider webs and what that makes you feel, and the clinging, and yeah, it does. You walk through a spider web, you get freaked out. I've seen you do it a million times.
Because there's spiders in them.
But that's okay. So if you're going through a spider web, then you assume that there's a spider there, unless it's off on a break somewhere. But come on.
No, if it was just spider webs that I knew there was no spider,
you don't get to pick,
I would walk.
But you also don't get to pick what kind of spiders. So what if it is the big hairy?
No, I'm saying
big massive.
If it was just spider webs, I'd walk through it, knowing that there were no spiders.
Okay, but if all right, let's take your worst fear scenario spider.
Those big
the big hairy creepy spider tarantulas.
I don't like those.
You gonna go through to save a friend?
No, a good friend. I would. A very good friend.
You would, huh?
Luckily, I only have like one or two of those.
Spiders are good luck. Okay.
All right. Next question. This is a good one. Would you spend the night locked in a haunted jail cell alone for $10,000?
No. 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 No.
You don't care to elaborate?
No.
Just no.
No. Listen, I don't like not dealing with what I don't know. I've been there. I've done that. It's not pleasant. I don't like it. There's not enough. 10,000 is not. maybe 1,000,000 would I try it, and I don't know if I would last. But for 10,000, no. In today's day, no, no.
I would do it again.
You would.
The issue with that is that I always think of that movie 1408. I always think like there is a worst case scenario haunting where things could get really crazy and out of control. And
you don't know.
I haven't come across that, but I
I've been fortunate. I have.
all right. Well, I'm saying, are you continuing with your answer?
No, go ahead.
Well, because I'm answering now.
Yes.
You're
And I
trying to
jumped on you,
You
but
had your time. Your time is over. Now is my time. We seem to jump in my time.
yes.
I'm saying that my fear would be being locked in, is that type of scenario would play out and I would be locked in and not able to get out. That would be my fear. But if someone said 10 grand, lock you in that cell, would you do it? Yes, I would do it.
You have mental issues.
I would do it.
Listen, all right, here's the kicker. If you've been, let's say that in your experience, because this is easy for you to answer because you haven't experienced what I've experienced. So take it that you say to somebody, hey.
Yeah, but no one's saying that's in that
wait.
cell.
No,
you talk to
they're
me. I can
They're
interrupt
not.
you.
They're not. You're not saying
You're
that.
assuming that dark,
It's a possibility.
crazy
A possibility.
possibility
It's
that
just
is
a possibility.
grandma
So, but wait a minute.
who stole a dozen eggs.
If you've already dealt with that and you've been locked in and you couldn't escape something like that, how willingly would you be to get? All right, let's take a scenario that you would understand.
Oh well, yeah. Please make it.
No.
Let's say if Kermit the Frog
No.
was stuck in a cell.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Should I get my coloring book to understand better?
If you know a dog has attacked another person, would you be willing to be locked in with that dog overnight, knowing that the dog is, because it may not attack you, it's attacked somebody else, and you've already gone through this before yourself, and there's that thing with would you do that for 10,000?
The question is,
I'm just saying,
haunted cell. It doesn't say good haunting, bad haunting.
But I'm trying to tell you,
haunted.
Okay, but I've been through where that for me is a hell no. I wouldn't take the chance in any way. And I'm trying to, but again, it's kind of me. To me, it would be like me asking you, would you be locked in with a dog that didn't bite you, bit someone else?
No, the question is, would you be locked in with a dog, period, random dog? You don't know if it's a good dog, bad dog. The question is, a dog.
No, a dog that's bitten someone else.
No, that's not what the question was.
But I'm putting that out there to get you
that is a different question.
But I'm trying to get you to understand why I say no.
Listen, everyone needs a paranormal savior in their group. That's why they call me, because I am willing to go into the extreme haunted buildings and the cells and be locked in. There's others that just want to deal with Casper, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm here. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
No, I'm not messing with no.
So, next question.
Do I dare?
This one's very interesting, and that you really have to consider and think about this. Although I believe 99% or more of the people on the earth would answer this one way, you never know. A pill that is created that makes anyone who takes it immortal. Would you take it?
Immortal?
Immortal.
No. I don't want to live forever. No.
That's your answer?
That's my answer. I don't. The thought of living eternally and continually with all the changes and things in life that's very overwhelming and depressing to me. No.
Christopher says yes. Celine says no. Doug says yes. See, this is what I mean about people. No way. I don't want to live forever. No, wouldn't take it. No. This is what I mean about 99% of the people. I'm rooting for my kids, yes, but you're going to outlive your kids. You're going to outlive everyone you've ever known.
They wouldn't be able to be immortal. So
right.
I would not want to be on this earth without. No. And again, the fact that I've lost some people already that are very important to me, I do want to be with them. I don't want to be immortal.
It's a very, very, again, interesting question in that.
What about you?
No, I wouldn't take it either, because would I want to live longer than I'm going to live? Yes, for sure. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to live anyway, but if someone said I'll lock you in for 200 years, 150 years. I think I'd take that. Like if there was that kind of pill, just because I'd want to kind of see, my kids, my grandkids, if I were to have them, and I'd want to see where we were that far into the future because I've seen only this far. So maybe, but not forever, because eventually I would want to.
See, here's my brain, and this is how my brain works, and I'll give you an insight to it. The first thing I think of when you say 200 years, one, will I have an illness like dementia? Will my body fail me? Will I be in a nursing home? What is the situation? Can I control the situation to what?
Well, immortal usually means like a vampire. They kind of stay the same.
Well, that's implied.
I would think. Well, let's say that's the case.
Well, if that's the case, I still wouldn't, because then the people I love.
She just said it would depend on what kind of thing I was in.
When you said 200, and that might change someone else's, but when you said 200 years, that's where my brain goes. But what quality of 200 years would that be? What would be? I know that there's.
Yeah, let's say like a vampire, you stayed basically in good health, in good condition, and you didn't age. Let's say you just stopped at an age and boom, 150 years, 200 years, or immortal at that. Yeah. I mean, like I said, for me, I definitely think about it. Maybe not. Maybe I could eat a quarter of the pill and live to the 200 years and not.
Which would probably mean you'd outlive your kids.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what I said. I would definitely think about it. If it was 200 years, I'd consider it.
I wouldn't want to allow.
Because you could have a few other wives and make some more kids in 200
Susan
years.
goes, my question would be, would the earth still be here? That's a good one, right?
Yeah. Well, I can have some more wives, make some more kids in 200 years, I think.
Oh!
Yeah. I can think so. No? Nope, ready to go when my number is up. I understand that completely. Hello. Who's that? Ann? Hello, Ann. How are you? All right, next question. That one I already know about you, so I don't even have to ask that one. I know the kooky looky. Okay, here's one. Very deep. That's another word I can't say. I was just thinking it. The word, I can't even say it, so I can't pronounce it. Philosophy. I can't even say the word. Anyway, would you flatline knowing that you would definitely be brought back just to have a chance to see if there's an afterlife or not?
No.
Even if definitely 100% you're going to be brought back?
No.
I definitely would.
No.
I'd
be afraid of something changing, altering.
I'm saying definitely. It's a hypothetical question. You know what that means?
I know.
Hypothetical means, in this case scenario, there is no hidden. There's a definite. You're gonna be brought back.
But okay.
It's like pulling teeth.
It is, because this is again my brain. If I died and I got to see my mom and my daughter,
okay, I
probably wouldn't want to come back. As horrible as that sounds.
So you wouldn't even do the experiment just based on the fact that you wouldn't want to do that?
Yes, because I'd be afraid.
But you wouldn't want to see if there was something beyond?
I already believe it. I don't need that.
I need it.
I know you do, but I'm not that person. I don't need.
I would do it in a
proof.
heartbeat.
I don't need proof.
In a heartbeat.
Karen said she'd be curious.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Susan said no. See, I can't see because it went by too fast. Somebody else said something too.
What's up, Granny's looking up. She's trying to get a
very much there. So. I'm very curious person, said Rhonda. Unless you have a DNR signed. There you go.
I would do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. If you told me 100% guaranteed, if there was hypothetical situation, I mean, this is the answer to everybody's question. That is a living person. To be able to know that, what'd you do?
I don't know what I did.
To be able to do that and be able to come back and say, and you know what? And if that were to happen, because this is what people say all the time, people that have gone and come back, they have no fear of passing. Wouldn't that be a great feeling to know that when, forget about theory and you have faith, you know without a shadow of doubt, you're going, there's something else, you're coming back.
Kay says her husband flatlined and said that nothing happened.
Well, but I've heard 10 other people say
Right,
that
but I'm just
things have.
saying. So
but-
I mean, what's the right?
I'm talking about for me.
Yeah, for you.
I'm not talking about for Kay.
I
or
know,
for
but
you. I'm talking
and
about
Terry
for
still
me.
tells me to overstop thinking. That is not how I work. I have to like think it out. I learned young. You just don't respond. You've got to think it out before you answer. I've lost my entire family. What have I got to lose? So I can understand that then, Terry. But I was being very honest. If there's a good chance that once I did flatline and I did see, I may not want to come back. Period.
That's not the question.
I know
The
it's
question
not.
is, would you do it? The answer is no.
No, I wouldn't do it.
I would do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Because if I went there and like I said, some people that I know, they did and they've seen things. I've talked to at least 5 people that have had that happen. And then, like I said, I'm reading the comments here. At least 2 people said they saw black or anything like that. And again, I don't know. I'd like to know for me.
Yeah.
And if I saw family members or something else and whatever had a good idea, I would be like, hey, man, you know what? You go there. You got nothing to worry about. When this is over, guess what? There's this cool thing, great thing. Well, we were just talking before with someone about this, and they were like, no, there's nothing to fear. It's the greatest feeling in the world because they flatlined and come back. That's true. I'd like to see what that was like. My sister went into cardiac arrest. She was doing 20 minutes each time. She didn't even have a spark left in her brain. Depends on the individual. Yeah, I think it's different for everyone.
I agree.
That's what we're saying here.
And again, when it comes to the body and they give like 20 minutes, they give if this, like when you take your child in and you have a child and they're growing and they say, well, this is the national standard of growth. Your child either meets it or exceeds it. These are standards of what the majority of people react and how it is, but it's not necessarily for everybody.
I'm just saying as a hypothetical question, which is what these are. They're not to be analyzed.
Yeah, John doesn't like
OCD
I think
people
yeah.
analyze them.
Yeah,
They're just
I'm OCD.
presented with this. Would you or wouldn't you? This is kind of what I'm asking here. Maybe
if it's your time, you're shown everything. If it's not your time, you see nothing and you're sent back.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
all of that could be true.
Yeah.
Or none of that could be true. What do we know as the living? We don't know anything. Next question. I think I asked this before. Have you ever used a Ouija board?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
He
Next
said not to
question.
overthink, didn't he? I did as a young girl. In our
I'm gonna get John Bob.
in our girlfriend's playhouse, we used the Ouija board. We were messing around. The girls themselves freaked out.
Dirty stories here.
It wasn't no dirty story.
Stop right there.
And supposedly one of them later that night cut themselves with a blade and had to be rushed to the hospital. I don't know. They were very dramatic family to begin with, so I don't know what the full story was. I wasn't there, but supposedly it was enough to put the fear of God in us when we were younger. And I've touched it as an adult, and I've never had any bad or anything. You?
I have. I think it's horseshit. I don't believe it. I've never ever touched a Ouija board and had anything happen when my hands were on it ever with anyone or alone. I think it's horse crap.
I think it's what you put into it.
I think it's no different than a pendulum or any of that other stuff. I think it's all here, and your subconscious is doing something. And again, for me,
I think the Ouija board is just like anything else. I think for some people it reacts, some people it doesn't. I think it all depends on your intention. I think what you're using it for. If you're using it for bad and you for some reason have the ability or something happens when you're using it and it's for bad. And I think if you're using it for good and you're a good person,
it's a game board.
Yeah, it's we believe that too.
I don't think the company who made the Ouija board said we're going to make a thing that's going to let demons and evil spirits in. It was created as an entertainment thing, and I think people have created the lore of the Ouija board. My opinion. I'm not everyone. And I know people get frustrated when I say that to them. It's the same when you tell people about anomalies and orbs being mostly dust and bugs. They don't want to hear that. So
I think
I
it can
get
be a psychological thing that you can conjure and make things happen
Thank you,
yourself.
Vicky. I appreciate that. Ages 8 and up. Yeah, exactly. You have to be over 8 to conjure a demon. Don't you know? My baby. Yeah. So yeah, that's again my opinion. And I would sit with anybody. If anybody out there or anybody anywhere else
You would.
wanted to sit with me and do the Ouija
You would.
board, I would be
And
happy.
I, who don't like the dark stuff, would do it too.
I would be happy to do it. Be happy to. Again, I've seen people where it's so funny. There's two of them together and they're on the board, and it's basically.
Yeah, I mean, people can seen it.
And then I put my hand on the thing with the same two people, and oh, hold on, I felt it move a little. I felt it move, and I'm like,
but
well,
listen,
did I interrupt the flow of
maybe
whatever that was?
But I believe if you have a fear of it and you think that way, you shouldn't touch it. If that's how you feel, you shouldn't.
No fear of it
whatsoever. And that's why you're fine with it. And again, this goes back to a person's intention. If you're fearful and you feel it and you think it, there's this thing that, just like how when we try to communicate with spirits where we go and we say that maybe just by talking to them, we're bringing them in. If you have a fear of something, maybe that's what's allowing something to come through because you believe it to be so.
Yeah, that's an easy out for why it doesn't move for me. And again,
it hasn't moved for me either.
That's why the table tipping doesn't work for me, and anything
else.
I'm
not going to lie. And I'm terrified of dark stuff, and it's never moved. It's never moved with me. So I'm going to be very honest about that.
Again, for me, I would do it in the middle of a pentagram with goat's blood all over my body, and I guarantee you that they ain't moving a lick. That's it.
I'd be moving. If you're going to do goat's blood on him, I'm out of there. All right, next.
Next question.
Uh-oh.
Which do you think is the most haunted city? Gettysburg, Salem, or New Orleans? New Orleans.
Can't they all be?
The most? No, they can't all be the most.
Why not? I mean, I've only been to
Okay, next question.
Wait a minute. I've never been to Gettysburg. I mean, I've been to Gettysburg many, many times. I've experienced things at Gettysburg every time, many times. I've never been to Salem.
I'm talking about in theory.
In theory?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's like pulling teeth. Maybe we should do something else with this. No, say New Orleans. Terry says Gettysburg.
See,
Michelle says Nola.
I think New Orleans, just for the fact is, as the folklore, the voodoo, the very firm belief in the old ways that comes out of New Orleans, that's really entrenched there. That I would think that, having never gone there, I would think that would be a mecca.
I agree with.
Yeah, Deb.
I agree with mostly everyone. I think New Orleans. I've never been. I'd love to, but I do believe that that is probably the most haunted city in the United States. I would think it would be. Salem had its bout with the witch trials and all that. I get that. Gettysburg, I've been to Gettysburg a million
That was
times.
Like a moment, right? Compared to
but Gettysburg, lots of people died there, and again, it's very tragic and very horrific, and a lot of those deaths. So Gettysburg definitely haunted, very haunted town, as is Salem, I'm sure. But I would think that New Orleans, like you said, there's that old, deep, spiritual energy
that's
there
been
that
there
goes
forever
back
and
for
ever,
a long
not
time.
just for a moment.
And people are constantly feeding it there as well. So I think that adds to whatever has been there.
That feeds into
forever.
That whole. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I think New Orleans kind of has the majority. I'd like to go there. I really would. I'd be really interested in going.
A lot of dark. I think so too, Brenda. A lot of dark stuff there.
In visiting lots of those places, and yeah, I don't go where the gators are, Rhonda. That's what. But yeah, okay. Here's another one.
I've been to all three. New Orleans was a work trip, so didn't have any. Oh, that's sad.
But here's another one. On to the next one, which again is for me. If you had asked me this question 2 years ago, my answer would have been completely different. Actually, no. This is. I'm going to ask two questions. Actually, this will be the first, and then there'll be another one following this one. So really, It kind of has to do with the other, but we'll see. The question is, do you believe that we've all lived past lives?
I was on the fence about this before, and when I was younger, I definitely believed it, and then as I got older, I didn't believe it. But then as I got into this deeper, and we started doing more interviews and talking to people, I have to say that my mind is very open to it, because I suffered, especially when I was younger, a lot of deja vu, going into places that I didn't know, but yet I knew, coming across people that I never met, but yet I felt like that I've met. And so, yeah, I kind of think there's past lives.
It looks like people are split so far, and as I assume they would be. Here's the thing. I think people being reincarnated and past lives, I don't know if that's the same thing, if you would consider that. It's kind of hard not to, I guess, because what a reincarnated person would have to be someone who was someone before, reincarnated from whoever they were before. And like I said, 2 years ago, I believe I did say many, many times on here, when we would have people on that will want to do those regression stuff and all that, I would say horseshit, 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 because again, in my brain, in a human brain, what is the purpose of a past life? Why does it happen? Why are we recycled? Why is the question. And until we met and spoke with Erica Uberry, I believe her name was, where her son Atlas had all those stories, and we interviewed her, and I watched that Netflix, and there were 4 or 5 people that had lived quote unquote past lives, and they were saying things about their past lives that no child would ever know. That's what made me go, you know what? I think in some weird cosmic energy, dimensional, whatever we want to call this thing, I do think that in some cases, the old soul is somehow mixed in with the new soul, like in Atlas's case. And I think that it's some weird thing where they're existing in the same space, and there's trouble, between the two, and confusion and emotions and issues. And I think in most cases, if not all that I've seen, the new soul, if you want to call it that, becomes the dominant soul, and then the old soul kind of goes away whatever's supposed to happen to it.
And you see, I think too that there are certain things, likes and dislikes, that we're drawn to, like your taste in certain things. Like some people can be drawn to Western styles, and some people can be drawn to like things from like collecting antiques and like that. I wonder if that's not influenced by having lived another life.
See,
you know what I mean?
But again, look at the theory in
Victorian
itself.
times.
But the theory in itself there's lots of different ways you could kind of think of what's going on there. Let's say by chance, the old soul, in theory, the way a spirit can remain at a location or attached to an object or whatever. Maybe the old soul isn't ready to go wherever it's supposed to go, and it somehow found a way to
linger,
channel into the new soul.
Oh.
I mean, almost like a possession. I hate to say it, but almost like that. Is that out of the realm of possibility? No. Based on, I sound like Nancy Weber. No.
See, like people are saying, Selena's saying she's obsessed with Victorian era stuff, and Michelle was saying she's obsessed with medieval times. I kind of wonder if that's not something, from the past that's coming to the forefront. Why we're so fascinated, or why we feel like, I love old history. I love going to the old tour villages and going in, and there's something about it that just makes me feel like I'm home. It's bizarre, and I actually feel more home in that element than I do in this element, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. It doesn't make sense. So that's why I question, is this a possibility? Can it be that your soul is telling you, I've been here before. I know what this is. It resonates
It's,
with
it's
me.
definitely a possibility. I'm not saying that it's out of the realm, but neither is it out of the realm of a possibility in that, like I
The
said,
soul
that
leaving.
that departing soul
Yeah.
could somehow find its way back in and to a new soul, and now there's kind of a conflict there between the two until it's sorted out some way, somehow.
Yeah, and the old soul finally flickers off and loses
For
its,
whatever reason.
yeah.
I don't know how it works. I wouldn't claim to know how it works, but that makes a lot of sense to me too. In that,
I mean, it's like DNA.
well, but you're talking about quote unquote hauntings. How could a spirit remain in a location and not go where it's supposed to go? How could a spirit remain attached to an object and not go where it's supposed to go? If a soul, if that's what we're calling it, can figure out how to now attach itself to a new soul and start over again, maybe that's what's kind of going on there too. And the conflict is until it's resolved by a higher power or just the natural order of things. I don't know.
Yeah, Laura was saying about lessons and stuff. Terry was saying she has an obsession with rum. What does that mean?
You're an alcoholic.
I was going to say pirate or some kind, or a pioneer, or who knows?
I'm kidding, by the way.
Yes.
The alcoholic.
I couldn't see what that said.
But
before.
these are all the great questions when it comes about the paranormal and how things work, because we don't know. And they could all be true, or none of them could be true, or only one of them could be true. But at least have the idea of the what if. We say that at all of our lectures. What if? What if we don't know how any of this works and it works the opposite of what we think? There are no, like I said, there is no guide to the recently deceased. It doesn't exist.
Deb was saying that she doesn't believe she's been reincarnated because her life would be better at this point. Like, if people are saying you're learning lessons or whatever, don't you think you come back with better? And like,
I don't believe that's a part of it at all.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think it's more of a cosmic energy type of weird thing that somehow on that other end, people talk about the veil and that dimension and heaven or whatever. I really do think there's so many different variables in how, again, some spirits can come through, some spirits can move things, some spirits are never able to come through in a medium reading when people try to reach their loved ones. Some people are reincarnated. It's all one big just.
See, if it's for you to come back and learn a lesson, here's my dilemma with that. Yeah, but here's my dilemma with that. Is it possible? Sure it is. Nobody knows for sure. But if it is what we're supposed to be coming back and learning a lesson until we attain that higher being, so to speak, why isn't it that all of the badness dying out as generations and generations and learning and going over? Or are we just so bad that we're not learning and then we don't remember what was bad to make a better life? Yeah. It's just, for me, it's confusing in that. So you can't remember what you were and what you did before, but you had to come back to live a better life, or you're still trying to learn a lesson. But yet humanity is getting worse instead of better. If we were all sent back to be better people and to learn before we can cross on to that promised land, so to speak, then wouldn't society and humanity be getting better too as we go instead of worse? I mean,
we should always be learning. That's part of who we are as human beings, is that we weren't giving the answers of all the questions. We weren't. Whatever religion you believe or you don't believe. There are people that believe that aliens put us here and whatever. But how is that out of the realm of possibilities? I mean, not necessarily what I believe, but I'm not saying it's a crazy notion either to believe that we weren't the first populated planet in the whole entire universe, that some other beings may have come here and, like a science experiment, dropped a bunch of stuff off here and watched it, like your own little tank thing that you get when you're a kid with your sea monkeys. Who's to say that's not possible? Anything is possible. You can't really, again, you can have your beliefs and but don't ever stop questioning and learning, because that's, again, what makes this field really interesting and what it is. We would all hope that the answer to all the questions are that when it's done, we don't feel any pain like we've been told by people who have passed, that you do meet up again with them. That would be great. And believe me, no one wants that more than me or anybody that's alive. But there are many, like we were talking about Bigfoot, to get into the crypto realm a little bit. Deb and I were talking at the event this weekend. Like, I don't believe in Bigfoot. I just don't believe. Maybe a Bigfoot was around at one time, but if there was a Bigfoot now, there are drones everywhere. There are people everywhere. Someone would have seen a damn Bigfoot and taken a better picture of him, and then some grainy, picture of him from 100 miles away. I mean, there's no Bigfoot. There are aliens, though. That's a fact. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm obsessed with Abraham Lincoln, Ford's Theater. Okay, on to the next question, because that was a good one, though. See what I mean? There are no wrong answers. I'm reading about Abraham Lincoln and all this other stuff. I'm not saying that there aren't past lives at all. There very well could be. I'm telling you what I believe based on what I've heard and what I've learned. But I could be completely wrong. I'm open to that, just as I'm open to all these other ideas. I could have it totally backwards.
Yeah.
They're big hairy men. Yeah, there are definitely lots of big hairy men for sure.
In the woods.
For sure. And that's why I don't go wandering into those. Let me tell you something about South Jersey.
Oh no.
Before we ask another question here. Those of you who don't know, who aren't from Jersey, there are two parts of Jersey. There's North Jersey and there's South Jersey. The North Jersey people are completely normal. We live normal lives. We're normal people. The South Jersey people treat us like we're big feet, like we're Bigfoot people.
Like you're an alien.
You talk to them about. We were talking to some people from South Jersey about the expo, and they were like, "Oh, it's too far. And I'm like,
"It's what?
I'm like,
minutes,
how far do you live
minutes?
from the prison?" They're like 10 minutes. I'm like, it's an hour from you, an hour and 10 minutes
on
the turnpike or the parkway. You
it's
kidding
not
me?
Siberia.
And they're like, "Oh, we don't go to North Jersey that much." And I'm just like, I don't get you people at all. But that's Jersey in a nutshell. South Jersey people confuse the heck out of me. That's probably why we don't go there that much.
You believe in the abominable snowman?
The one from with the guy from Rudolph. Okay. 11 my Fort Dix is all I know. Don't ask about Kentucky. So upstate New York. Yeah, the people, South Jerseyans are a little wacky. They really are.
Oh Lord.
A lot of family. Why can't I keep up
know.
with these? Us in South Jersey only drive a farm. I believe that. I believe that.
Don't tell them.
I believe that. Send the pine. I would never go to the. I am never going to the Pine Barrens.
Send you to the Pineys.
See, they're Pineys. They even call them Pineys. People who are normal aren't called E's anything. So.
It's the water in South
Thank
Jersey.
you, Brian. See, Judy's from South Jersey too. See, they know. The South Jersey people know that they're off. They're not like us North Jersey people. They're a little off. It is the water, I believe. Anyway, next question. You were warned. Do not enter this room. It's the most haunted room in the hotel. Would you open the door and go inside?
F to the no.
So I took a picture of a hotel door.
Ho, ho, ho. That's an easy one.
Not even open the door and go inside.
No. I have no curiosity when it comes to that.
Not even open the door and just
No.
peek your head.
I'm not you.
Just to see what the room looks like.
No. I have no
I'm not talking about being locked in
No.
or spending any amount of time.
No. You ever heard of Open Pandora's Box? No.
Really?
No. F no.
Of course. We got some nopes.
Oh, check yes.
Of course. No, not alone. Oh, check yes. Open it and run in. Thank you, Deb.
All right, Deb.
Deb is not what's the word?
She's not
I'm trying to look for the technical. Oh, chicken. Yes.
I'm not a chicken. I just know what I won't do. That's called friggin' smart. Know yourself, know your boundaries. I have boundaries. I set them.
If I was ever in a hotel and by chance the conversation came up that from the hotel manager or the front desk person, you're staying on this floor, in this room, and by chance you're next to the most haunted room in the hotel, and we're warning you, don't go in there, or you pick the room, whatever. You stay in the room next to it because I would say, let me have the key and let me just go in there. I wouldn't want to stay in that room. Probably not.
South Jersey's infighting. One said, "Heck yes, they go in," and yeah, Brenda
Well,
goes, "No, they stay out."
This room is probably in South Jersey, by the way, the one I'm talking about. But I would have to go
I have
in
no
that room.
curiosity.
I would have to go in that room. And what I would do was I probably, again, initially leave the door open, right? And take a walk in. And like if Chris was with me, I'd say stay out here. And if the door shuts and I'm locked in, go get somebody. But I would have to walk in there and sit on the bed and just see for a few minutes what could happen. And just
Michelle says she would because she worked in a hotel. I worked in hotels for years and years, and you're right, hotels are scary. You have the weirdest, and we're not even talking about the cleanliness of the room. We're talking about
you're getting
some of the people, but I have no problems with hotel rooms and stuff like that. But if you put up a sign about being haunted and stuff like that, no. And a sign that says, and I
would never push it.
No, I have no curiosity.
I would never do that.
None. He wouldn't because he understands where I came from.
I would definitely.
He teased me.
Oh, we have fish. There's now a fish. Hello, fish. I don't think I've ever seen fish before. But I would have to go in. When else are you going to have an opportunity like that where someone's telling you, hey, that room is the most haunted in the hotel. We're kind of telling you, don't go in there. We're warning you against it. Just like that movie 1408, I'd be like, guess what? Guess where I'm going now? I'm going to go in that room. We stayed at the Hawthorne Hotel back in. Yeah, I heard that place is pretty haunted. That's Salem, right? Hello, Fish. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. This is one of the things we do where we just kind of go back and forth talking about paranormal theories and questions. And we also do interviews and live investigations and all that good stuff. Next question. I already know the answer to this one because I know her. But this is for all you guys as well to play along. When investigating the paranormal or going on a quote unquote ghost hunt, I do something or wear something to protect myself. 1, always. 2, sometimes. 3, never.
Never. I am my own protection. I am resilient and I am 100% strong in my faith and my belief. And I believe that we give whatever we wear, whatever we carry, whatever we put our belief system in, or we're the ones that give it the power. So I 100% believe that my strength, my power comes from with me. So no, I do not carry anything when I go on an investigation.
Hey, Christine. So I'm looking at the answers here. Always, 3, never, I imagine, right? Let me see what else we got. Never. I need protection. Always. Okay, so again, sometimes what you believe in, I agree with Chris. Never. Here's the thing. Used to, not anymore. Here's the thing. If you want to, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
There really isn't. If you have a strong belief, like Chris said, in something, and you believe that empowers you and gives you strength and will protect you, then there's something to that, I believe, in theory. I've told many people this to my own detriment. I like to be a wide open channel, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter what I investigate, whether it's a building, whether it's someone's private home, whether it's a haunted object. I want that door wide open, and whatever happens, because you cannot do what we do in this field and be closed off and, protected
so if you
all of the time.
You think that would close you off?
Yeah, I do, because
you believe in it.
No, not really.
Then how could it close?
But what's the purpose of having it on?
But that's what I'm saying. If you don't,
it would be decorative.
Okay, it would be a piece of jewelry to you.
Yeah.
So having said but that's what I mean by you can wear a cross, but if you have no belief in that cross, it serves no purpose.
Right, but I'm saying protection. Protection means whatever you're doing it for the sole purpose of protection.
Yes.
That could be carrying a rock in your pocket.
Yes, crystals, sage,
whatever.
a satchel of powders or salts or yes, 100%.
I mean, that's just like, again, to her credit, I love them both. Cody and Satori are amazing people, good people. They've been in this field a while, as young as they are. When I was feeling affected by their objects at the Hoover House, Satori came right over to me, put the magic rocks in my pocket, and put some salt or something. I was so out of it because I was, again,
You were
kind of
affected.
loopy. She put the salt in my hands and she was telling me to, and I did it because, again, I'm not so close-minded and stuff to where if it had worked, I'd have been the first one to say, hey, man, give me some of that.
But you didn't believe in it.
I'll put that in the car. I didn't believe in it because it didn't work.
You didn't.
If it had worked, I'd have believed it.
But wait.
Like, it can't be.
No, wait a minute.
That's such a crazy concept.
But wait, let me say this. Okay, here's the thing.
That's a crazy concept.
I actually, the socket around my eye with the same thing hurt really bad when I touched these objects. And she came over with the salt and what she mixed it with and what she, and I believe in it. And I believe in it because the intention was put in it and it was coming from a person.
Placebo.
Maybe so, but let me stop you. But see what you're saying already? I went in with it with a positive outlook that this was 100% going to take it away. So when I did what I did, it did. For you, you were like, yeah, I'll do it because you gave it to me, but I really don't believe in it. And yep, I was ready.
I would have never done it if I didn't want to see if there was any merit to it. I wanted to see. I put the things in my pocket. I put the salt in my hands. I did everything she told me to, and I didn't change one thing.
But did you believe it would work or could work?
I didn't know. That's why I tried it. How are you supposed to know until you try it?
No, you don't.
Oh, well, that's like saying, I believe this magic can here. If I do that 3 times, I believe it. But it's going to stop me and save me from everything paranormal. This can all of a sudden becomes magic.
Well, if it psychs you into that belief.
Come on, man.
But you know what I'm saying. I know you're being facetious, but the bottom line is, did you, when she handed it, did you say, oh, here's a hooky thing?
No, I did. I did it.
Or you really did?
Did I or did not do it?
All right, I'm not, don't be defensive. I'm asking a question.
You saw me. You were there.
You did it.
Did I go, oh, this ain't going to work?
But no. Were you doing it to because she just asked you to do it?
No,
or were you doing it?
I would have said,
or you
I don't think it's going to work. Like, I don't believe in it.
You said that to her when she gave it to you.
I don't remember saying that. When you say that, I don't remember saying. I did. All
right, we'll move on because I'm not going to reach him.
Placebo. Thank you. We all agree it was placebo. So John doesn't believe in the power. John does believe in the paranormal. John doesn't believe in everything and every story that people tell him, and that rocks are magic and salt is
his magic. He's talking about crystals.
Prevents demon possession. No, John doesn't believe.
But yet, he did wear Tiger's eye around his wrist, and I've seen 2 different ones explode off of his wrist. Explode, not fall off, just explode.
Magic rocks or whatever those stones are that people believe in that are magic powers.
Crystals.
Moving on.
Yes.
You're right, Terry, because John's right again. He wins. Here's one that I know. Again, this is one of those where I'm sure people are going to answer. It depends who you were with or whatever. While hiking in the woods, you see this building and the door is open. See that? See that? Stairs leading up to it. If the door was open, would you go inside?
It's just because it's there and it's open. Yeah. I'd be curious. I would probably go in and just look at it because it's old and it looks pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't have a sign that says it's haunted or whatever. It doesn't say, enter at your own peril. It's open.
I'm going for sure. See, I'm more afraid of animals than I am of spirits. And I'm always afraid, like we've been offered to go into the different openings of Sterling Hill Mine, apparently, and I'm not going to say where, but apparently there's different entrances into the mine that are on somewhere. And we've been offered to do that.
I'd go in a heartbeat.
And what's the first question I always ask? I'm like,
are there animals?
Aren't there like bears and foxes and stuff like that and those things? And like, yeah, probably. I'm like, yeah, then I don't want to do that.
I would. I would.
And it's out of nothing else, but I don't like the chance that I'm going to wander into a cave and some grizzly bear is going to be in there. I'm afraid of bears. I have a phobia of bears for sure.
He does.
So
You
like
won't even go walk
wandering
through
into
the
something
woods.
like that, I'd be afraid that some bear made a death. Now, if you told me for certain that there were no bears in there,
What about snakes?
snakes either. I don't like snakes either. Okay, no bears or snakes, then I would go in. But if there's a chance either one of those things are in there, nothing
Yeah,
to do with the paranormal.
there is a probability of snakes being
I don't
in
like
there.
either one of those things. No way. Yeah, carry meat. That's a good idea too. I should carry that stuff. But that's
Bring bear spray. I always have a can in my car. There you go.
all right. Last one. We're at an hour, and I already know the answer to this one, so I should look for a different one. Let me look for a different one because I know you're going to ask. I know how you're going to answer this one. All right. Here's a fun one that we'll end with. Okay, fun one. Now we could all play along here. Last one. You're cursed, and you must choose one of the following to turn into: vampire, werewolf, zombie, or a ghost.
Ghost.
That would be yours?
Yeah, one vampire, immortal. No thanks. Werewolf, changing back and forth. No, that would hurt. I wouldn't want to have to go through that all the time.
Ghost.
And
So it's dead?
and what was the other one?
Werewolf.
Zombie. I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
eat.
no one
I
would be
wouldn't
a
want to
zombie.
eat people. So ghost would be the friendliest pick for me.
See, I'm thinking vampire.
You'd want to suck people's blood, huh?
I'm thinking vampire.
Feed off them.
No,
Yeah.
I would be like a vampire, like Brad Pitt was a vampire.
Oh my God.
In Interview
You'd
with a Vampire.
romanticize it.
I would be like looking for things that I like besides humans to suck the blood out of. I would probably like break into
What,
hospitals.
animals?
I don't even think I could do animals.
I know you
think I
couldn't.
would. I think I'd break into hospitals and get like blood banks and stuff.
And
I
take
think
it from
I
the
would
people
do
who are
that.
trying to live?
Well, I'm trying to live too. I'm a vampire. What am I supposed to do? Chicks love vampires. Brian's right. That is a very good.
Yeah, no,
very
that's
good
that's because you're watching what is that series that's called with those kids that there was the biggest craze, those vampire teens. Oh my God, you guys all know what it is, right? Those vampire kids
I have no idea what you're talking about.
that they had the one against the werewolf and then the kid the big book thing. God, I can't remember. It's there. My daughters were into it. My daughters read it.
Twilight.
Thank you. See, I just couldn't. My brain went flick flick. Thank you. Twilight.
See, they said someone said Buffy the
They
Vampire. I had no idea
romanticize
what she was talking
that
either.
crap.
I don't think guys watch Twilight.
Yeah,
so.
where it's not romanticized. It's
guys-
not sweet.
All right,
It's like
one more last one. This is the last
the
one.
last.
We're going to make this a more dollar amount to where it is beneficial to everyone. Okay. Let's say you were offered, I don't know, $5,000 an hour to clean a cemetery between the hours of 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. every night. Would you do it?
Yes. Yes, I'd do it.
You as a chicken as you are, you're
I'm
going to
not
go
a
clean
chicken.
a
That's
cemetery.
not terrifying. That's not terrifying.
That is such
for
a
me.
lie. That
No.
is such the very first hint of something going on there. You would be.
You misunderstand what I stay away from and what I. But yes, I would do that
Oh, come on.
easily.
If Tanya and Kenny were on here, you would definitely. You're definitely not being honest about that.
I'm not in a haunted building.
If
I'm not
something
trapped with
happened that was
something else
even
in-
a little bit, you would be out of there.
Do you know how many times I've been in a cemetery when I was younger and nothing happens. It's quiet. It's fine. You're not talking to the dead and trying to get them to come talk to you. I'd have no problems doing that whatsoever. None.
Okay.
None.
Sure.
You?
Yeah, I would do it for that, buddy. Sure, I'd do it.
You'd be moonlighting though. You'd be raking and cleaning and then talking and bringing out your gadgets and talking to the dead.
I would, yeah. Even if again, the original question was $80 an hour, I'd probably do it for that. You know.
That's right, Brian. I would do it.
But okay, let's end it there.
I'd do it.
Let's end it there.
He thinks he knows, but he doesn't. See, that's what happens when you label someone.
I'm going to take my magic
wrongly.
rocks and my magic salt, and I'm going to work there all night and be fine. That's what I'm doing. I hate cleaning, but I would. That's a pretty good point there too. Anyway, that's it. Fun night, no pressure. Just different paranormal subjects. Tomorrow night will be live from the Creeper Gallery. Lots of good stuff at the Creeper Gallery. New stuff coming in all the time. Donna's got lots of new stuff there. There's one or two things that I got my eye on that I'm looking to investigate. So who's ever there with me is there with me, but it'll be an earlier start time, probably 7. So get out of there by 9:30, hopefully. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, we appreciate your support.
Stay safe. Be well. Please be kind, because what is it called? For the grace of God go I. And, you know, a lot of us are more blessed than others. So
Good night, guys.
good night, everybody.
See you tomorrow.